1,000 Words podcast. Join us as we discuss the antics of pro athletes, sports politics, and everything in between. No sport nor athlete is off limits. Now, get you a pitcher of wine and enjoy the show. Here are your hosts, Lene and Linnell Fletcher, aka the Fletcher Twins. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of A Picture is Worth 1,000 Words podcast. It's your girl, Nellie Nell, and I am joined by two special guests today. I'm joined with K-Sap from the Simply Ball Dropping podcast and his friend Rod with the D. I'm sorry.
There you go.
So how are you guys? How was your day?
Man, everything's great over here, man. Can't complain, just a little work, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, with the Eastern, Standard Time and the Central Standard Time,
Yeah.
hour apart, so we had to get everything in order. But we here now, so my day's been great.
Same here, just a little work, just get it done and then relax.
Oh, okay, cool. And y'all are in Dallas, right? How's the weather? It's in the high 40s here. I'm in New York.
No, it's warm here. It's in the 60s.
Yeah.
A little bit low 70s.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got favorable weather right now.
Okay, that's good. But I know it does snow like sometimes maybe once a year there. I've seen pictures. Not a lot, not every year,
But
I
ice,
know.
not snow. We don't get snow.
Ice.
We get a little wintry mix, but we don't get a full blown snow. We get the ice storm, that got to shut the whole half of Texas down. So yeah.
That is so funny. Okay, so I am sipping on some Moscato tonight. What are you guys drinking? I know y'all.
I can't tell you what I'm sipping, man. I might get in trouble, man. I got some orange in my cup, but I ain't gonna tell you what it is.
All right, orange. That's interesting.
Yeah. I'm more so on the what they call it, the brown man drink. Yes. So just keep it classy and simple at the same time.
Hey, he's a heavy hitter. He's a heavy hitter, man. He stays with that brown. No chaser, just a little bit of ice on it, and he does it his way.
Oh, I can't do that. So kudos to you because I cannot do brown liquor. Anyway, so talk about your podcast, K-Sap, Simply Ball Dropping. What is it about? How you got it started and everything?
Man, I'm glad you asked that question, man. It's been a long time coming. Started this podcast around about 2019. It goes back to my childhood days, growing up on the East Coast, growing up in Maryland. Had a lot of friends that we used to talk sports, and we just stay connected through the years through technology. Chat groups. We just talking sports.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody gives their opinion on sports stuff. We went from boxing, basketball, baseball, football. We talked it all. Golf.
Nice.
So I said, once I moved and we ventured off and everybody did their own things, had their families and stuff, we still stay connected. And we just decided, man, might as well start a podcast. So when we started the podcast, like I said, I'm the co-founder of it. So I went on and got everything launched, and there's 7 of us, you know what I'm saying? So we all stay connected and we give our ideas. We bounce off of each other. So when I started the podcast, man, it was like we started off with sports. And, everybody does sports. Everybody does sports. But to find a new avenue to get more listeners and get more engagement from the sports, I branched off and started doing a roundtable talk.
Okay.
With, Rod has been a guest on there talking, just general conversation about things that are going on in the world. Just things that are in that hot topics.
Yeah.
Talk about that. So it's me, my wife, and 2 other co-hosts that do it. Normally we try to do it on a Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
And then we branched off and me and my wife did a marriage chronicles. We not know relationship experts, but we started a marriage chronicles, which Rod and his wife was on our marriage chronicles. So it's a lot of things. And for people that's going to listen to the podcast and tuned in, you can go follow Simply Ball Dropping Podcast on YouTube. We have a lot of videos out there of our marriage chronicles, our roundtable talk, and our sports talk. So it's a pleasure being here, and I appreciate you having us.
That's great. I'm excited. I'm going to look at those videos. I'm not married, but I can learn before so I can be prepared.
Oh, there you go.
When it happens. Okay, I am going to just read off some sports weekly updates that happened this current week, and then we can delve into our main topic, which is, of course, the Deion Sanders controversy. So breaking news this morning, everybody got notifications on their phone. I actually got the notification when we were DMing back and forth this morning about Brittany Griner and how she was finally freed via prisoner exchange. So that's a good thing. People do have a lot to say about that too. Some people say it wasn't an even exchange. Some people just happy she's home. So yeah. The USA men's soccer team, do y'all watch soccer? Because we got out of the World Cup.
Oh yeah. Watch the
Okay.
soccer. I checked the World Cup. My son followed along with it, but like I told him, USA soccer ain't been there in 4 or 5 years. So I didn't expect much, even though they advanced on 2 draws, you know what I'm saying? They advanced and then couldn't do nothing with the Netherlands. Yeah. So, it is what it is. But the women's soccer team, man, hey, watch out.
Yeah. To go with that, I have friends that are real big time soccer fans and football fans for that matter. And for us, I think when I say us, I'm talking about the United States, obviously, men's team, we are so young right now that this is huge for us moving forward. The next 4 years, what are we going to look like? That was huge. Whether or not we got, like Jason said, we got the 2 draws to get in, but what does that do for us moving forward?
Yes.
So,
that's a great point. Great point.
That is a good point. I don't watch much soccer, but I knew USA was in it, and I was rooting for the USA, but I don't watch soccer.
No
My
doubt.
sister husband does, because mostly a lot of people from other countries do, because my sister husband is from Haiti, so he watches it like year round, so he really likes
a lot of people big on that World Cup. When that World Cup starts, man, they have a lot of parties, watch parties, and bars be off the chain. People be getting a drink on, they be drunk in the street. So they have a good time when World Cup comes.
Yeah, especially here in New York. I can't go to a bar and watch American football game. It's all soccer. Anyway, so the Panthers released Baker Mayfield 5 months after trading for him, which is insane. But he literally was claimed within 2 seconds by the Rams. So what do y'all think about that? I don't think he good anymore. Like in college, he was amazing. I don't know what happened. What happened?
It's crazy because with that even being said, it's a high possibility that he's going to start tonight with the injury to the starter.
Yeah.
That was named earlier this week. And it's funny because we talk about it
all the time.
We always talk about it. I don't understand how quarterbacks with that caliber, whatever it's good or bad, are still in the NFL.
Yeah, we talk about it all the time. We got another partner that we chat about it all the time, and we have these topics of discussion, and we talk about Baker. You know what I'm saying? And we had a conversation probably, I think it was a year ago or 2 years ago, about Cam Newton, and it's sad that everybody had high hopes for Baker Mayfield, and for him to go through what he's going through in his NFL career, like when he was playing with the Browns. Everybody said that Odell ran him out of town. I don't think Odell ran him out of town. His father brought a lot of that stuff. Odell's father brought a lot of that stuff to the media's attention through his Twitter and things like that. But Baker is like, I was really never high on Baker, but like Rod said, it's a travesty right now that he still has a job. He still you get released and you get picked up. You know what I'm saying? The Browns let him go. He goes to Cleveland, right? So, Browns let him go and he goes to Carolina. So then Carolina can't do nothing with him. They release him. That should tell you a lot. And then the Rams pick him up. See, the Rams in a bad situation.
Yeah, the
Rams ain't going nowhere no time soon. So right now, like Rod said, it's a possibility Baker might start tonight.
Yeah, but I heard that too.
That he still has a job.
And it's funny because at work we have these conversations where we're talking about is Jared Goff and Baker, Jared Goff and Matthew Stafford, who's better? And just recently, they showed a poll, not a poll, they kind of broke down the draft picks that were given and taken away through that trade. Who's came out better right now? It looks to me like the Detroit Lions came out better than Butler. They're younger and they're playing really good football. And so moving forward, once again, what is that get you to next year? Because you you put everything in it for 1 year, and right now, because everybody retired, including the head coach.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to talk about that.
That's great points.
Very good.
Yeah. And see, you laughing because it's kind of true because of the simple fact that what the Rams did last year to win the Super Bowl. Okay, they brought Stafford in, but it was the defense. They had Von Miller. They had what's his name? That should have retired after the Super Bowl. Aaron Donald. You know, Aaron Donald. So now you look at the situation with Von Miller. He goes to Buffalo. Now he's out for the rest of the year because of the ACL. So it's like everybody had high hopes on Buffalo, but Buffalo has a good offense, but the defense is stellar too.
Yeah.
But missing Von Miller is going to hurt them. So when you look at the poll that Rod's talking about with the Rams and Detroit, they're a young team. They're up and coming. I mean, Jared Goff, it's just the fact that Jared Goff is a younger guy. You know, Matthew Stafford been in the league. He's been banged up for a while, taking his toll on him. So now the Rams are without a quarterback, so they can go out and get Baker Mayfield. So it's like, and Sean McVay, there's something about him, man, that just irks me, man.
I like Sean.
I'm not a fan of Sean McVay, man. He's like a little cocky, arrogant dude, man, and I don't care for him. But kudos to the Rams for going out and getting Baker. But there's other quarterbacks out there that is still should have got chances, but everybody keep on taking a chance on Baker Mayfield, and it's just too late.
Yeah, probably we'll see tonight, but I don't know. I don't think he didn't live up to the hype.
Oh no,
wasn't he the number one overall pick?
For Cleveland, yes, he's their number one overall pick. Yes,
I think him and Johnny Manziel are one and the same. One of the same.
I forgot about Johnny.
Kids and they didn't pan out to be what they were supposed to be.
Dang, I totally forgot about him, but yeah. But anyway, so yes, let's get into our main topic. Of course, everybody has been talking about how Deion Primetime Sanders left HBCU. He said, "See y'all later," and he went to a PWI. So his announcement came minutes after he led his HBCU, which is Jackson State University. He led them to a second straight conference title, which is amazing. So I think that was the second time, and he's been there 3 seasons. So his record was 27-5. So that's actually a great accomplishment. But of course, with everything, you get backlash, and especially when you are a color, our community is always split. They coming for you. Also, a number of recruits decommitted after he made the announcement. One of them actually is going to Colorado now because he wanted to play for Deion. So Jordan Hall is his name. He actually going to Colorado now. Shannon Sharp faced a lot of backlash as well. He said something about why he went to his HBCU, but he would have went to a PWI if he would have had better grades, which is crazy to me, but I guess, I don't know. So what are y'all thoughts individually on the whole situation? I tried to avoid the sports topics this week because I didn't want anything to influence what I thought about it, but I want to hear about you guys first.
I'll let Rod go first on this one because, like I said, before, he went to Colorado. So.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's one of those things where you have to understand. I feel like HBCU, we've had this conversation before, and I guess my question for everyone out there that will be listening and all that stuff is, where are the donors? Where is the alumni? Okay, so when I say that, everybody that has shown up to a Jackson State game, if you can take pictures per game, how much influence has been at those games or were at those games? And when you say that, how much money should have been donated just to not only just to Jackson State, but to the HBCU as a whole? It's funny because we had one of the BET award shows here recently, not this past, not the most recent, but prior to that, and Diddy said he was going to give each HBCU $1 million back.
Yeah.
$1 million.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my question, I'm not a great mathematician. I don't know all this stuff, but I want to know, in theory, how much is this $1 million to a millionaire or someone that's really close to it? And how much does that change the HBCU outlook and how they begin to navigate their money throughout the programs of different athletics? And I think this was the turning point that with Dion being at the HBCUs, we as a community could have shifted that narrative. And I'm not talking about paying Dion. I'm talking about giving more light to the HBCUs. And that would have definitely changed. I don't know if I changed Dion's mind because he's an individual. Yeah. And I want to get to that here in a second. But I wanted to make sure that I started off with that. Like, think about here, it's $5 million per, celebrity. Yeah. Or just celebrity, not even million, just celebrity, $5 million. What we're talking about as far as, Howard, Tuskegee, all those schools who look maybe not so much underprivileged, but just look as if they're not catching up to the PW. Right? Yeah. That's a huge thing for any athlete that is thinking about going to HBCU. So that's my small part of that. As far as the, I'm here to bash, I'm on his side. I understand both sides. I understand the side of being in order to be the change going to the University of Colorado and allowing Black coaches to get a step forward in this process. But I also understand the other part where you want to have some type of loyalty to the HBC, to where your feet were at. Mm-hmm. It's one of those tricky situations where you're going to be judged no matter what you do. Right. Everybody was saying he was a fool. Yeah. If he stayed and one warrior said that he waited too long, he's never going to get offered. Yeah. So you have both sides pulling at you. So what do you do? Yeah. They say you do what's best for you and your family. Not necessarily what's good for you, but you and your family and then the profession moving forward. So I feel like this is going to be something big. I'm still 50-50 on what is about to happen. We always get hyped. When I say hype, I'm talking about not only the University of Colorado, but I'm talking about our community. We always are hyped in the beginning. What is going on there? That's what I'm waiting on. I'm waiting on all these recruits who are hitting them supposedly on Twitter and on Instagram. I'm waiting on you to really actually commit to something and just not verbally commit. And I can go on hours and hours about this because it's so there's a lot of information that you have to dive in. And with that, with Shannon Sharp talking about, if he wasn't a Prop 48, a lot of people have to be educated about football. So when he was talking about Prop 48, a lot of people they just took it and ran with it. Well, when he said that, there's information about that Prop 48. Can be two different things. It can mean you have a high GPA, but you test poorly on the ACT, SAT. It can flip that and mean that you were really, really good on the ACT and SAT, and you're really poor in your grades. So now you have to go. And during that time, Prop 48 was the only way for a lot of HBCUs to get the stars in which we are clapping for, applauding, or they're on TV. Those were the only way that they could get those kids at that time. I said kids are grown men now. Get them at those schools. They're on their campus. So there's a lot to dive in, and a lot of people need to just relax and see things happen and see what happens.
Yes, that's a great take.
The community as a whole was so excited when he went to Jackson State because he was like, okay, now we're going to get bigger names at the school. And now he's going to have a nice coaching staff. He's going to employ probably our people and we're going to get national TV time. And now it's like, he just left us. That's how some people feel. But some people call him a sellout. I would never say Dion is a sellout because he has done a lot for our community. So I would never say he's a sellout. I think some people are just disappointed. It's like he popped the bubble on us too soon.
Disappointed for what? I mean, I don't get it
Because
because
he
look
just
what.
left. He left.
Because you got to look at it like this: out of a
Okay.
3-year stint, right?
Mm-hmm.
It goes back further than that. You go back to Dion coaching in high school, right? Charter school, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was the reason why that charter school was not successful? It shut down because of funding, financial stuff, right? So now he goes to Jackson State. Okay, he sells a dream, right? So what it is, a lot of kids that was one of these power 5 schools, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dion goes to Jackson State. Everybody wants to follow Dion.
Right.
So is it about Dion? Was it about Jackson State? So when I say that, is because when Dion took on the role, nobody was giving Dion a chance. Nobody was giving him a shot. Jackson State took a chance on Dion.
Mm-hmm.
Dion came to Jackson State. What he has done for the HBCUs brought light and attention to all the HBCUs around the country, right? You got a lot of backing, but like Rod said, where's all the donors? You see what I'm saying?
I was going to bring that up too, yeah.
Yeah, so now you look at it like 3 years that he's been there. Like you said, the 27-5 record, 2 conference championships. Look what he has done. He's got HBCUs, Jackson State on national television, ESPN televised games. You got him on College Game Day. He built a culture, right? And the thing that a lot of people are missing out. Look at all the attention that he has brought to the HBCUs. And I tell people, if Dion was smart, taking his job at Colorado, he would negotiate. He should have had this in his package about his son Bucky, about the social media. Look at all the attention that Bucky has brought to Jackson State with his social media. Look what he has done for the HBCUs as in a whole, with the following, with the millions of followers Jackson State has now. Look at everything that he's doing on the social sites. He's starting to do that with Colorado. So if Dion was smart, I would negotiate a contract for his son to have something, because their social media, look at all the new subscriptions they got now. Look at all the attraction they got now. Look at all the new followers. Look at everything. So like Rod said, this is a personal decision Dion had to make. Dion wasn't going to stay at Jackson State forever.
But should he have stayed a little longer?
You got to pay $300,000 to get out of the contract.
Why? Wait, did he breach his contract?
Yeah, he got to on his buyout. He got to give them $300,000.
Oh my God.
Well, now I will say this though, we don't, and that's what there's so many reports now, right? And I would say these HBCUs are different than, where he's at and where he's trying to go.
Yeah.
Most of the time, the coaches leave, they're bought out by the other university. So we don't even know, if that is even true. But I will say also, I think a lot of people they felt like we were going, when I say we, the Black community, were moving to the Eddie Robinson era, right? The forever, the mainstay. Yeah. And really, I
have a question.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
I don't know who Eddie Robinson is. Who is that?
Old Grambling head coach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Grambling head coach. That's before your time, but we'll give you a pass on it.
He was the gold standard.
He's the founder. Yeah.
Okay.
And they have, so with that being said, college football awarded a trophy and I say a trophy, but it's really an honor for the head coach of the year. It's one of those awards.
Eddie Robinson.
Okay.
And so even with that, so going back, we as a community, that's what we thought we were getting.
Yes.
And I had to shift myself to understand that he didn't have to be that person. Me personally, I just wanted 5 years to be on. That's all I wanted. I wanted 5 years. I said beyond, but I wanted 5 years of this program at Jackson State to go and play a university. There's so many universities I can name. So when I say it's university, I don't want anybody to get offended, right? But play the University of Louisville, play somebody in which it gains more traction
Yeah.
to his program or to the kids that bought all in on how a program should be built. Because now we're talking 5 years. Now what are we talking about? He did everything really that he's supposed to do. He brought more attention. He showed I can build a program. I'm not a one-night wonder.
All right, then okay, that's a great take, but I got something for you, Rod. So out of the 3-year deal that he signed, right? What did Jack? We don't know, but what did Jackson State do to try to keep Deion around?
That's a good question.
You know what I'm saying? Well, 3 years, but what did they do to keep him around?
And I'll say absolutely nothing. They didn't do enough.
They probably couldn't. Well, they can't do as much as the other schools. But it's so funny because I didn't even think of a time frame, 3 or 5 years. When he got to Jackson State, I just thought he would be there forever.
And that's what
But what was Jackson State doing to keep him? You know what I'm saying? When people come knocking on your door and giving you different offers, right? And you already, at a place, it's their job to do something to keep you around. So I felt that like when Rod's talking about the donors, you know what I'm saying? What is Jackson State doing to keep Deion around? I mean, in a 3-year span, look what Deion has done. Now, what it is now, is taking this job at Colorado. Like y'all said, like Rod said, you got these people on Twitter talking about, I'm coming your way, Deion. I'm coming your way. The verbal stuff is okay, but are you really going to be committed? Because Deion, when he walked in the door, he let all the Colorado players know, like, hey, I got my luggage coming in this Louis. Like, I just thought he was over the top with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of demoralizing to the kids. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, when you get to a job, you got to state your position. You know what I'm saying? So, but he's bringing his own culture. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is, it's a lot of people that are jumping in this transfer portal. But my question is, how long is it going to take Deion to turn that program around? Coming from a 1-11 season, how long is it going to take for him to turn the program around?
But it's not so much how long the day is.
Oh, that's interesting.
We're not looking. I always sit and I continue to look. We're talking about, Deion being at CU, but let's talk about CU invested in Deion. How long are you going to actually
give him to turn it around?
That's the biggest thing. Right?
Now you going there selling them a dream.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we talk about what he's giving and what he's bringing, but what are y'all? We also need to know and understand and I'm talking to the family now. How long are y'all willing to give?
Yeah.
Because we've had good coaches come through and we got them really, really hot, and then we build down, and then all of a sudden they go.
Yeah.
So this is a give situation that it's really open because we don't know what's going to happen. And like I said earlier, I believe that if you treat people right, you're going to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're talking about treating Deion right as well as CU treating Deion right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I never thought about it that way. How long I don't want to give Deion. Yeah.
Me neither. I have a couple more questions. So y'all don't think, or would y'all categorize him as being selfish for leaving for more money? But he also said in his speech when he was telling his people that he was leaving, he said, in coaching, you either get elevated or terminated. Yeah, so I'm guessing he thinks he got elevated. So was he, in a way, I guess, kind of I don't want to say using Jackson State to get better coaching positions, but because you said that probably was the only college that gave him an opportunity.
Yeah.
But some people probably felt he used them.
Well, every coach is using.
I'm being devil advocate, by the way.
I say this, and I say that with a good heart. Every coach is using something to get to what they want, right? But it's up to the coach to figure out what is that? Like, where is my ceiling? Because it's just like this. If you are the CEO, I don't say CEO, let's just say you're the manager of you're the manager of Wendy's, and all of a sudden, McDonald's is called. It's the same job, but it's just a different location. What you gonna do? I'm gonna give you, but McDonald's gonna give you pay raise, but it's the same job. What you gonna do?
I'm going to McDonald's. I'm going to McDonald's.
So why is it that we're judging
Dion.
This one concept when we really don't know the whole picture. Because when I say this, it's easy to judge a person going from Wendy's to McDonald's, right? I can see the difference, and I may know the pay scale, and I may know everything that he or she's afraid, but we really don't know because your job can be totally different than McDonald's. You may be a manager, but you're still, but what you're doing is totally pivoted to what you were doing at Wendy's, and now you don't know how long you're gonna be at.
That's a great analogy. And it's crazy that he said that because when you go back to talk about was he selfish for doing it? I don't think he was selfish for doing it. I mean, is it right what he did? He's in the right state of mind to do the things that are necessary for him and his family. But you got to look at it like this. It's a big deal and it's a big issue is because he left for HBCU.
And went
That's
to
the
a
only
PWI.
reason. That's the backlash. Now, if he was at another school, another, FSC, FCS, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal because coaches come and go and they get moved around here and there. They lose their jobs. You know what I'm saying? But Dion, like he said, he's not leaving the African American community. He's a black man. He can't leave that. So what he's doing, he said he's about the men and the women of uplifting them and bringing them along, right? So now you got to look at it like, okay, was he selfish? No, I don't think he was selfish, but I think he took the first thing that was available for him. Well, I know, but the thing about it is, like, nobody was going to give Dion a chance.
But that's the thing about it. I think that's just what we've been told.
Okay.
Because last year he was a front runner for the TCU job when it was over.
Okay.
So, I mean, I say front runner, he was probably top 5.
Okay.
If he had to run it out, let's go top 10. So, there's been other jobs. Maybe this is the one he liked more than the others. Or this is what gave him more flexibility than the others.
I can agree with that. And I look at it, I'll let you go here in just a second, but I can look at it as I think Dion likes a challenge, right? Now you go back and look at Colorado was 1-11, right? Now, if he turns this program around and goes, what?
No,
exactly. Then that's a huge thing on your resume. He's taking a team that wasn't successful, and if he turns it around, now everybody's going to give high praise to Dion. But I go back and say, are these people Dion fans or were they Jackson State fans?
Dion, I can say they were Dion fans. Nobody was watching.
Nobody could care less about Jackson State to Dion. Exactly.
Okay, so next thing, because since he said elevator, so he feel that this is an elevation, so a better opportunity. So should he have sacrificed his career for the greater good, like Colin Kaepernick? And I know that's like apples and oranges, but just for the overall picture. But everybody can't be a Kaepernick. Some people aren't built like that. It's like in you, and maybe he think he can do more to advance blacks at Colorado. I don't know. So what do you guys think? Would you guys sacrifice your career for the greater good?
No, I'm not. Because you got it still in turn, man. I got a family. You know what I'm saying? I got to look out what's best for me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The thing about Kaepernick did that, and you see where it got Kaepernick. Got him nowhere. You know what I'm saying? He got a lot of people that rallied around him, but it got him nowhere. He couldn't even get back into football at a young age, still had a lot left in the tank, and nobody wanted to take a chance on him, right?
But he's in the history books now.
But, okay, would you rather take the hit? Okay, you can be in the history books.
He's on the right side of history. But
you're on the right side of history, but at the same time, as a person, even though you're in the history books, but it has taken effect on your life, your livelihood. You know what I'm saying?
Can play football.
So, with Dion, it's like, Dion has a big family. You know what I'm saying? He's taking care of his mother. He's taking care of a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? So, but for him, I can say it might have been a little bit about the money and stuff, but Dion really didn't need the money. Like he said, man, he's living good. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, that's a stepping stone. Now, if you turn this program around, you don't know where your career can go from there.
So you think he's just doing this like as resume builder so he can go up and up and up and maybe eventually be in the NFL as a coach?
Now, he don't want it. He said he'll never coach in the NFL.
But he said that? Oh wow.
Yeah, he said that.
But that's the key thing about all this thing. Money will change anything.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Facts.
piggyback on what he was saying. Here's the thing. You said, and I said, he said, and also you brought up the point about, would you take this or be a captain? And I think the idea, right? I think the idea is, who are you as an individual?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's been the biggest change or direction in this whole Jackson State Dion idea is, who are you as an individual? Because every kid has to look himself in the mirror and say, I can play in Colorado, or at the time, I didn't play at Jackson State. But in theory, can you really play at Jackson State?
And he was asking the kids at Colorado that when he stepped in there.
I know, but everybody, we are also, this is the point that these kids, you're making a decision in football, it ain't for everybody. Everybody thinks it's for everybody. When I say that, I'm talking about high school student athletes that play football. They think it's for them until you got to go do it. It's a different type of job. It's a fun job. But you have to make the fun out of that job. You can't allow the job to try to make you have fun. And it was an interesting quote that I heard the other day from, and I'm gonna get back. I'm still working on the same topic, by the way. There's this quote I heard the other day that was said from Cam Newton. Would you rather be an impact, or would you rather have championships?
Impact.
So if that's the case, what would you consider Dion at this time?
Impact.
Yeah, I'd rather the impact.
So if he's an impact, he's making the right move based on what you both said.
Yeah.
Because he's winning championships.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? So we're answering the question, and I think that goes back to your Kaepernick idea, right? Would you rather be an impact, or would you rather win championships? And Kaepernick decided, in my opinion, when we're looking at these
impact
analogy, when we're looking at this analogy, not these, so just this one analogy, he decided to be an impact. And impact changes a lot of focus on a lot of lines, not just yours or your family. He changes impact and the idea of a lot of shifting and changing of lives. And so that, to me, is going to speak volumes. But, and I hate saying but, we still have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah.
You can't be too high and you can't be too low on this.
You got to stay even keel.
You got to wait and watch, especially if you're from the outside in, because this is huge in the grand scaping of the other Black coaches that would afford the opportunity moving forward.
And then another thing, I didn't mean to cut you off, but another thing, as Dion being employed with Colorado, look how many more.
That's what I was about to ask. Do you think he would bring?
I think it's coming. I mean, I understand. I just sat back and watched it, like what's name said. Don't believe me, just watch. You know what I'm saying?
I was going to ask, do you think he would bring in more players that probably Colorado wouldn't have never looked at or considered?
Well,
recruiting.
Being an old alumni, it's different. It's different. Okay, you especially coming, let's just say I'm coming from Jackson State, going to both. It's different. Not just flying, but the environment.
Yeah.
It's totally different. You're walking. If you're going to class, I'm not gonna see the same until I go head back down to that field house. I'm not gonna see the same until I'm going back home and I'm, riding a scooter, and we walking back, going back to the car, or we're riding a scooter. There's not a lot of us at the University of Colorado, which is fine, but you have to mentally prepare yourself to that, because that's a whole other change.
Wow.
From Jackson State to go to Colorado.
That is.
It changes, but I will say this. University of Colorado is one of the most beautiful campuses that is there. We also have there, and I say we because I went there, but there's also a lot of changes there. And you just got to continue to see it before you give your own opinion. Because everybody, if you've never been to go to Colorado, it is for sure on a bucket list top 50 places you need to go see.
Isn't it cold?
Just going to the campus, it's not that cold. It's a different type of cold. It's a beautiful cold. One day it's going to be snowing. The next day it's going to be 50 degrees, but that 50 degrees feels like 70 because of the elevation and the altitude, and the snow is melting. And now you're at the foothills of the mountains. I mean, I can, but I'm not selling because I'm not going about University of Colorado right now.
Hey, you ain't gonna sell them. For the people that's gonna listen, nah, man. Hey, he said he ain't selling it, man. Yeah.
I went to a PWI. I went to FSU, but it didn't feel like it. I only hung around Black people, so I really didn't feel it.
Yeah. Now, see, that's the difference, right? Florida State and Colorado, that is different. I mean, I'm not gonna say it. And I watched something else that was talking. I forget the show, but they were talking about being in the South. There's a difference and all that. There is, obviously. I mean, we're talking Florida, we're talking, Mountain West. There is a difference. But there's also a difference in the mindset of what you're there for. When you're at another predominantly, white, this is different. Or if you're at HBCU, I wish there were times in my life I wish I would have went to HBCU.
Me too.
I wanted to feel what that's like, to feel that. To walk in that and everything be able to be embraced every day, I don't even know what I would have done.
See, that's key. That's a good point that you brought up. It's a culture change, and for all the young Black kids that are trying to transfer there and it's going to go there, it's a culture shock because of the fact that Deion stated this in his presser. He's talking about, I'm coming to an area where the crime is low. Back at Jackson State, he's talking about. After a game, he holds a press conference talking about during the game, somebody goes into his locker, takes all his stuff. Now, his vehicle was broken into. His son's vehicle was broken into. Now, like Rod said, now you going to Colorado and these Black folks, you're going down, say you're going down to the chow hall, right? You're not seeing that many of us. You know what I'm saying? So you got to get used to that. So it's a whole culture change. But like Deion said, like, uplifting and bringing that culture and starting off a new culture in Colorado. But Rod said, you got to wait now. You got to see it happen. You got to sit back and watch.
Okay, and then just a couple more things. Do you think our community just like being mad and upset? Like people nowadays just get mad over anything? They just want to be mad?
Man, the thing about it is, it's crazy that you said that because I go back and look at that video when they was playing that song. What's that, side piece or something? If you want to go in, leave. After the game when they was playing that song.
Oh, I missed it.
Oh, you didn't see that?
No,
oh man, they was playing that song, man. They was talking. What's that song? It's if you want to leave, baby, go ahead and leave.
The rhythm and blues.
Yeah, Okay. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, all the Black folks up dancing and stuff like that, and that goes to show you that. We really don't support our own. You know what I'm saying? It's like we always try to tear down somebody that's trying to better themselves in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope these people didn't think that Deion was going to stay at Jackson State forever. And just like Rod said, they thought that he was going to be the Eddie Robinson. It doesn't work like that because just say Deion, he won the SWAC this year, right? Just go say next year if he would have stayed and things wouldn't have been as great because, you got players that move on. You had seniors on that roster that probably wanted to, once they graduated, you know what I'm saying? And then you bring in a new class in, just say his season wouldn't have been that successful. And then what if Jackson State would have shipped him out? Then what?
Interesting point. That's a good point. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say that I don't think his players at JSU was as mad as Black Twitter.
They was happy for him.
Yeah, and it reminds me of when Denzel Washington won his Oscar for Training Day. Everybody got all upset that he didn't win it for Hurricane, but he won it for playing a bad guy. But I'm like, Denzel himself wasn't even mad. So why did we get all up in arms?
Because we always want to down our own people. You know what I'm saying? And look at all look at all the stuff that Dion has did for the players as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You go in there, the locker room, a lavish locker room. They damn near had a new jersey on every game.
Mm.
Different helmets and all, and half of that stuff was coming out of Dion's pocket. You see what I'm saying? So now you're looking at a situation where, you know, it's Black Twitter. It's people in that Mississippi community. You know what I'm saying? And it goes to show like, man, they ain't never had nothing before. And then when something starts going good for yourself and it turns the whole state, brings attention to not just Jackson State, to that whole community. And then the community, for him to say, hey, I'm going to Colorado, and then for that whole community to turn their back on him, and also the Black Twitter and the media outlets and stuff like that, saying that, you know, it's a lot of people getting a lot of backlash, but it's 50-50. But me personally, if you ask me, Deion did what was right for him and his family, and I commend him for it.
You know, it's funny because when you look at that, there's always two sides, right? So I like to bring up the side where we are the only, because this is double side, we're the only community, our emotions, that we feel like to get ahead. We're the only one.
Man, I want to say that one more time. I don't think she caught that. Say that one more time.
To get ahead, we got to do what?
Say it again.
We are the only race that feels like we have to leave our community to get ahead. We're the only ones.
I'm
That's
going to
deep.
bring that up in like 2 seconds. I was going to bring that up.
Yeah, we're the only ones. Now, with that being said, we're also the only ones that bring us our own down too. So we so double sided on the coin. We don't know which way to flip, heads or tails.
That's so true.
Deep.
That is deep.
We have to start looking better at ourselves. And then also it goes back to what we talked about at the beginning of this. We got to start investing in our own. And when I say we were talking about donors investing, we're not even talking about the alum. We're talking about the people who have money that can shift the entire university at these different HBCUs to shift that. And that is what is the groundbreaking trigger that nobody wants to talk about. The thing that changed this whole deal about it's hard to talk about now on the side of the Black community, right? Is that they only want you when you're really doing something and you make a change, and when they see you getting more of us.
I thought he was a football player. He a preacher.
No,
he's preaching right now.
I'm not a huge star, or one of the new preachers. I'm still not old in the middle. But you got to be able to do. You know, they only want you to do a vote. And then when you flip that coin again, we only want to leave when we know we got a better chance to make a change. Them say, but really, we're going to look out for ourselves at that long.
That was going to.
Young man, but then all of a sudden, he's talking about, well, this is a better chance to be in my family.
Yeah.
I'm just talking.
I'm
just doing the coin. Don't see me.
But you know, it's always it's healthy conversation because you always can't agree with each other. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes for a good show. Like you said, you playing devil's advocate. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their different perspectives on Deion and what he did it for and why he left. You know what I'm saying? So now we get into a healthy discussion where there's no right or wrong answer. These are our views. You know what I'm saying? So when people go bashing Deion and hating on Deion, saying he's a sellout and stuff like that, I look at them people and be like, man, they got an issue with themselves. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's so many things that I've seen that I'm like, man, this don't make sense. And some of them I look at, I scroll right past because I don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like Ryan said, man, it's
and you don't have to 100% agree with everything Deion does, but you don't have to bash him at the same time either.
That's right. We can't bash. You should not be able to bash.
Shouldn't be bashing your own.
No, that's the craziest thing ever.
The Caucasian community don't do it.
No.
Never.
You know what I'm saying?
Never.
So that's the problem that we have.
Well, let me ask you a question. And I want to ask you the same question. Has any white commentator or podcast or anything on the radio or podcast or whatever, and they talk bad about Baker Mayfield?
No, Skip Bayless would die for Baker Mayfield.
Oh yeah. Oh, he goes to bat for him.
That's so now if you put the same scenario, if you put Cam Newton, boy,
they tore Cam up. They tore Cam up.
Well, we would turn him up.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know, so
like I said, man, it's that
we can't get right, nor can we get wrong. All we gotta do is say it.
Can't get right.
It's not good. It's not good.
Yeah.
Okay, and my last point, but Rod kind of touched on it a lot. I was going to say, as far as a bigger conversation, do we as people, were we conditioned to think white was better? Like white stuff is better? Were we programmed to think that? Because throughout like the last 5 years, I hear people saying, like, go where you're celebrated, not tolerated. Like in reference to award shows, like the Grammys versus BET Awards, you see more big name Black people at the Grammys, but they don't show up to the BET Awards. So my question is, how can we get HBCUs to be on the same level as PWIs, so recruits don't even have to worry about facilities, resources, or national TV time when making their decision? And he touched on the donors and money. That's pretty much
that's the major thing of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying, with these HBCUs, you know what I'm saying? If you don't have the backing and the funding, then where are you gonna go?
Yeah.
It's so hard because I think once again we're a lot of people are not educated enough. I'm not saying educated, I'm not talking about book smart. I'm just talking about everyday smart. Yeah. Right? You don't understand. And when I say this, because I fell into that, and there's a lot of people that could be listening that fell into that. You were told that HBCU wasn't good enough. I mean, but you don't even know the history of why there was a reason why HBCU was even started.
Because we couldn't go to the white schools.
So when you think about that, now we're going to shift it and we're going to go forward. We're going to talk about being an athlete. Well, the only reason why there was a lot of great football players at HBCU, they were never going to be able to get segregated in the PWI university. So then a man said, I want to be the first one. Well, the only reason why he said he wanted to be the first one is because he wanted to lead.
Yeah.
So then we move forward again, and then they have to make sure that they put stipulations that not all of us are able to go. And so then after that, they put another stipulation and said, you need a test requirement.
Facts.
So then after that, they said, well, you got a test requirement. Let's check your money with your parents. So then after this, but I can keep, I mean, that's what I'm saying, we keep going and going, but we still don't want to accept that we can do everything at our home before we have to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Right.
And I was watching, it's so funny that we bring this up because I was watching Atlanta last night. And there was a point, the last episode, I don't know if either one of y'all watched. The last episode, they go to this black sushi restaurant. It's crazy, right? It's in the middle of Atlanta. Whatever. Right? The owner's black, the chef's black, all of this is black. And all they wanted was Popeye. And you even realize what Popeye is. He said it's not even a black woman's restaurant. It's from a white man and a Caucasian that's in New Jersey with their family. They own it. They moved from, I think, Florida to New Jersey. He said now he went on about the story and he was saying that black people, we start something, you know, what we know, better watch it go there.
Yeah.
They from Europe, they do stick up. They from such. They wild out. They from there, they wild out. So at the same time, it goes back to your point. We get brainwashed only where they protect ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And not thinking about the whole entire
Right.
community.
Yeah, I could go on and on, but yeah, like you said, we just gotta wait and see what he does at Colorado, and hopefully he makes changes that impact the culture there.
Well, I mean, it's first he got the job. So he got to do what he got to do. But like you said about being celebrated and tolerated, okay, he was celebrated at Jackson State. You know, he was celebrated all around the globe with the HBCUs and things like that. Now going to Colorado, like you said, it's different culture. You know what I'm saying? The same folks that played on the football team, the Caucasians that he's telling people, y'all might as well jump in the transfer portal. The quarterback has already jumped in the transfer portal. And that's a different culture, right? Got a lot of Caucasians.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is he going to be celebrated there or is he going to be tolerated?
No. Before you say something, I want to make sure that we all understand. When I say the difference, it's in a good way. I'm not.
Oh, no, I understand what you're saying.
But I want the listeners to understand that this is not something negative. This is just we're talking real life situations.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're talking. I mean, and there's a lot of kids that are talking about they want to go, and they may live in a mixed neighborhood. They may have 50-50. They may live in a predominantly white neighborhood.
Yeah.
But that's still a difference when you're talking about being away from your mom and your dad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's you doing and making the right decision. Because I made some bad decisions while I was there. Other people did too, and I'm not just talking about, I mean, you're going to make bad decisions, and I say bad decisions. You're going to make decisions that you have to make choices for to make sure that your life winds up being better than what it started with. So it's all different. But I understand University of Colorado is a damn good place to be at.
Oh yeah,
as far as an athlete, and as far as a student.
And I was in awe at the facility when he took the tour. I'm like, man, it's a beautiful facility.
We just went there.
Yeah, I know.
I just went there, and it to say it's because when I was there, the facilities, it's like being in a barn versus going to somebody that said, "Hey, come on in, this is the facility." Yeah. You know, like a barn would be exactly what I went to, and then to see somebody in a multi-million-dollar home. That is equivalent to what I can tell you
right now.
And that building is still up. And you can go in that building and it's totally different. But to know for me and the other former players like me, to know the difference between the two, it blows your mind every time.
So you played football there?
Yes,
you were a student. Okay, so you know a lot. Okay.
So I played football, and when I say this, I was on the team. I did.
He don't like talking about his time.
I did play. I'm not one of these guys that say I went there. I did play. So I'm telling you, when I say tell you, I'm giving my opinion of the good and the bad, but I'm giving a lot of good and bad.
Yeah, he played at Colorado. He was a cornerback, but he don't like discussing his collegiate career. So we'll leave that alone. One of them humble guys that don't like talking about it.
No, I was just asking because it's good to have his opinion on this topic because it's close to home. So that's good. Okay, so now I think we wrapped that conversation up. Any more final thoughts? Because now I have to talk about NFL.
Oh, no, we good. We good.
Okay, so Jimmy G is out for the season, as you all probably know. So
No, he's not. He's just out for the regular season right now.
But they said it's almost they said it's unlikely that he can make it back for the playoffs.
For the playoffs?
He'll be.
I hope so, because I like Jimmy G. So I just want you guys' predictions on a few games this week. So the Jets at the Bills. You know I'm going with my Jets, but go ahead.
Well, hey, you got to look at it. The first game, the Jets beat them.
Yeah.
So I mean, is the game in Buffalo this time?
Yeah, it's in Buffalo.
But I think
who's starting?
White? Yeah, White's still starting, right?
White, yeah.
He's still starting, but I think the difference now, Von Miller's not going to be there. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So the Jets got a formidable defense. I think they can hold their own, but their offense, man, it's like up and down. Yeah. So it depends on what the offense is going to look like. But if y'all's defense can hold Allen in the pocket like y'all did the first game, I'll take the Jets.
Okay.
I'll take the Jets.
I think the defense right now is playing inspired by the Bills because of Von Miller's absence. And they're playing inspired. I mean, they just beat Kansas City, right?
Yeah.
So you're coming off a real high game. Everybody in the country's watching that are NFL fans. And now you got to go play the Jets who already beat you. So it's either you get your lick back or you get or you don't. And I think right now it's 50-50. We don't know what's the weather will be like.
Doesn't matter. Jets playing the cold weather.
No, Buffalo is way colder.
It doesn't matter. Jets are built for it. I got the Jets 24-20.
Oh,
okay.
24-20. Mark my word.
That was a confident 24.
Yeah, 24-20. I like I said, the Jets gave us problems last week. Mm-hmm. You know, We got off to a
almost
bad
came
start.
back. Yeah.
Yeah, but we came back, but we got off to a bad start. You know what I'm saying? And the Jets, like I said, their defense is a good defense.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the thing about it is, you got two corners out there. You know what I'm saying? You got Sauce Gardner and you got the other number 4. What's his name? Reed.
Yeah,
I think his name Reed. Great corners. You know, the defense is great. But like I said, y'all's offense is up and down. It depends on what White's going to give you. Now, if White can give you, stay ahead of the chains and move the ball, it'll be a great game. 24-20. Mark my word.
All right. I'm going to mark your words.
I'm gonna say
you said in overtime though?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Eagles at Giants, which is another divisional game.
Giants. I can't depend on the Giants no more. I can't depend on the Giants no more. Eagles going to give them a thrashing.
Really?
Eagles going to get to me personally. This is how I feel. I think the Eagles are the most complete team in the NFL.
Oh,
the most complete team
okay.
From the offense, the defense, and the special teams. I think the Eagles are the most complete team.
You know, a lot of people agree.
Hey,
I think
that's my personal opinion, and they keep proving me right every week.
The Eagles were the last team to be undefeated, right?
Yes, but they're not undefeated now. They took.
I know
loss.
they're not. They
yeah.
lost.
Yeah.
But when I finally did see them play, they were underwhelming to me.
Well, I mean, because you probably picked one of the games. Because I'm gonna get to my point. Because some games they in dog fights, but they win the dog fights as well, and they also win the blowout games. So when that's telling me as a football team as a whole, they know how to get it done. When you're in a grimy game, they know how to pull it out, and they can beat you. They can put the onslaught on you, just like they did Tennessee. They can put the onslaught on you. But there's some games that they played real close, and they found a way to win. They found a way to get out, like Green Bay. Green Bay was one of them teams that was going tooth and nail into the Eagles. They suddenly opened it up, and they got Aaron Rodgers out the game. You see what I'm saying? So they can win the grimy ones, and they can win the close ones, and they can win the blowouts. So, like I said, I think they're the most complete team in the NFL.
Okay.
I would say
Eagles.
Giants are unpredictable, man. Giants have let me down.
The Giants are who we got.
Yeah.
You know, they're all proving their quarterback right now. I'm not saying proven. They just don't understand what they still want to do with David Jones.
Yeah.
They have every receiver out, known to man, right? They got Saquon back. Their defense is better than what people thought they were going to be.
Exactly.
But they don't have the other piece, which is the pass game.
Yeah. And the crazy thing about it is, you know, they, like you said, the wide receivers, everybo's out, and then you give up on Tony. You know what I'm saying? You trade him away.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that was a lot of situation.
But you have to do things that's betterment for your team, man. If he's one of your number one guys at receiver, you trade him away. So, but you ain't got your receiving core is thin.
And they still in the sweep for Odell.
Odell's not gonna make it back. Odell's not gonna make it. We'll leave that alone. Odell, man, that knee is not ready for him to go. It's not.
That's funny. And then the Bucks, which is Tom Brady at the 49ers. But 49ers don't got Jimmy G anymore.
No, it don't matter. I ride with the quarterback they got. Who's their backup quarterback? Purdy. I'm riding with that because put it this way. The 49ers is the team in the NFC that you got to watch out for. I said they're the most complete team. Okay. But did you hear me say that they're gonna win the Super Bowl?
No, you didn't.
I just said they're the most complete team. But as in the NFC and the totality of it,
watch out.
Don't nobody want to see San Francisco in the playoffs. You see what I'm saying? And I tell these Cowboy fans this. If the Cowboys don't win that division, do you realize you got to go on the road and where you might likely end up is in San Francisco? They don't want that problem no more. San Francisco is, I don't care who the quarterback is, because if you go back and talk about Jimmy G, what do people say about Jimmy G? He can't win the big ones for you. He always makes a mistake. He made the mistake in the championship game, the Super Bowl, when he overthrew what's name for the touchdown. When what's name was wide open, he overthrew him, right? So they said that's the knock on Jimmy G. He can't get it done when it counts, right? but he's winning. Now you got the guy Purdy that comes in. That team rallied around him last week. They rallied around him, and they still get it done. So San Francisco, to me, they dangerous. They sleeping right now. So don't count them out.
Well, and watching the Bucks on Monday night,
I didn't even watch that game.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with it's a lot closer to what you think. But I will say this: the reason why I'm saying it's a lot closer is because both those teams have really, really good defense, and so you got to give the nod to defense, especially with a rookie quarterback playing against that.
And then a proven quarterback with Tom Brady. But
oh man, it's gonna be a low scoring affair. I don't know. That's a toss up for me.
I got San Francisco.
I'm pushing on that one because I can't give it the nod on either one of them because they both have good defense. But the coin flip is when you put a rookie quarterback against that defense.
That's
all you got to do is stay ahead of the chains. All you got to do is stay run the ball, pound the ball. Jeff Wood, pound the ball. Jeff Wood, pound the ball. Debo, pound the ball.
Well, no. Jeff Wilson's out.
He's out?
Yeah. Jeff Wilson, yeah, he's out.
Oh, wow. But you still pound the ball. Debo, you got to find a way to get the ball to Debo. You got to find a way to get the ball to Debo. The playmakers. Still got Ayuk. You still got them guys. And then you got a great defense.
You do.
And Tom Brady with that defense, Tom Brady can't get outside that pocket.
Well, I hope the 49ers win because I don't like Tom Brady, but if I had money on it, I won't bet against Tom Brady just because.
That's you got them for sure, man.
Okay, now when we have guests on the show, we always end it with a rapid fire. So this or that, it's a sports edition. So Randy Moss or Jerry Rice?
Randy Moss.
Whoa.
Randy Moss.
Who's the name?
Jerry Rice. Randy Moss.
I got Moss.
I'm saying loud and clear. Randy Moss.
He's actually my sister's favorite player, Randy Moss.
That's right. Tell your sister. Kudos.
He's doing this because it's a homer. So.
Nah, Randy Moss, that's just that. Randy
Moss.
Oh,
because you're a Minnesota fan also.
Nah, ain't got nothing to do with that. That has nothing to do with that. Randy Moss, to me, that's he's him.
He's him. Okay, Barry Sanders or Emmitt Smith?
Barry Sanders. And the reason why I say Barry Sanders, he didn't walk away.
Don't get nobody know.
Okay. Well, Barry Sanders. I'm just rapid fire, Barry Sanders.
Deion Sanders or Charles Woodson?
Deion Sanders.
I think I got Sanders. Tom Brady or Peyton Manning?
Tom Brady.
Push.
LeBron or MJ?
Michael.
MJ.
Jordan. Michael.
No, I'm putting it up. Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Kobe or MJ?
Kobe. Oh, whoa. No, Michael Jordan.
Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
No.
Shaq or Giannis, the Greek freak?
Shaq.
And AI or Chris Paul, CP3?
AI.
Yeah, I prefer AI.
Bubba Chuck.
Thank you for playing that. And I just wanted to give my highlight of the week is to the UCLA Bruins, the women's college. They won the championship in soccer. They won 3-2 in double overtime. So kudos to them. And thank you all for being on my show. And KSAP, can you tell the people again how they can contact you and reach you or listen to your shows?
I ain't hard to find, man. KSAP.
Oh, you gonna put a D on?
Yeah, I ain't hard to find. You know what I'm saying? You can follow me on all my social media, Simply Ball Dropping Podcast on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Simply Ball Dropping is Simply Ball Dropping without the G. Mm-hmm. So it's dropping is DROPPIN. No G. Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. You'll find us around there. If you go on to YouTube, man, you will see this guy. He's been on plenty of my shows, man. He's been on the Marriage Chronicles. He's been on the Round Table Talk. And I love having him, man, because he gives great points. That's why I wanted him here with us tonight.
I'm excited I'm actually going to go on YouTube and watch some of those. And I will tag your IG under this episode so people know where to find you. So any final words?
Yeah, my final words is, man, the Fletcher twins, man. Y'all guys got to go check them out. Yeah.
Thanks. Rod, any last words?
Really, just waiting to see what happens with Dion at University of Colorado. I don't have all the info like the man case out here about podcasts and all that good stuff. But I will say that my wife does. She has her own stuff.
That's right. She has a podcast as well.
Shift Talk. You can look her up. Hannah Steve. She's had some podcasts before.
She's been on my podcast.
She has been on this podcast. She's a life coach. She has her own stuff, so that's good stuff for her and really for us. We grow from that and understanding life, and so we're always shit talking as what she would call it.
Yeah,
we're not with the help. All right,
that's talk shit.
That's talk shit. But no, for me, I just really hope that this episode brought some minds out there, and people are not just one-sided about the whole situation.
Mm-hmm.
No research. Allow yourself to wait and see before you just have this one blindsided idea about how this whole thing's going to shift out. I mean, the one thing is true: CU is coming, but also you got to wait and see what all is coming. So it's going to be big for us. And I say, I'm talking about big versus Colorado.
It's good stuff.
Go Buff.
He put that plug in real quick. You hear that? Go Buff.
All right. Thank you so much for coming on. I had a good time and this was a great conversation. I love to get more perspectives on that topic because I see all the social media and how it was going bad. Right. So I like to get y'all perspective. So thank you for being on.
I appreciate you having us.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Hey y'all, thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of A Picture is Worth 1,000 Words with yours truly, the Fletcher Twins. Make sure you join us every week and rate, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit up our email at podcast.1000words@gmail.com with any questions or topics you'd like to hear us cover. Also check us out on IG at the Fletcher Twins and Facebook at A Picture is Worth 1,000 Words.